My name is Mchezaji Che Axum. I'm Director of Urban Ag and Gardening Education for the University of the District of Columbia. University of the District of Columbia is a land-grant institution, and it's quite different from other land-grant institutions that we specialize in urban agricultural research. I'm a third-generation Washingtonian. My family originally came from Alabama to Washington, D.C. in 1918. They came from Seawright and Andalusia, Alabama. And they were farmers in Washington, D.C. and teachers. And agriculture didn't really my father, wasn't really involved in agriculture. He was an engineer, boiler engineer, but I guess that agriculture gene skipped him and it hit me. So I decided to go back into agriculture and also get a degree in crop and soil science agronomy from the University of Maryland in College Park. Well, the unique thing that we really do here at the university, we've really got into recently in soilless agriculture, which would be aquaponics and hydroponics. And if we're going to try to feed more people going into the year of 2050, where we're expected to have at least 2 more billion people added on to the 7 that we have now, we have to find out more ways to feed people more efficiently in urban areas. Well, urban agriculture is not new. People might think that it's new, but urban agriculture really started in Nile Valley civilization, Egypt, Kemet, in the continent of Africa, almost 3,000 years ago. Along the Nile River, they had settlements. They had settlements of people living, cities. So these cities came up around the Nile, and urban agriculture really starts there. So Tuskegee and University of the District of Columbia collaborated on a grant, a farmer-to-farmer grant, which was issued by the National Institute for Food and Agriculture, NIFA, which is a section of USDA. And basically the grant really has a degree of technological transfer, but also specifically growing nutrient-dense crops and climate-smart crops, so crops that will grow very well under very high temperatures, because we are living now in an era of climate instability, where temperature extremes are the norm now. And so sometimes it's going to be very, very hot, like some summers it's going to be very hot, and you still need to be able to grow food. So we'll grow very specific types of crops inside the hoop houses here, and also on the outside, to see which we can get the higher yields. And most of these crops will be crops which have a high nutrient density. Right now we've swapped out the summer crops. So in the summer we had cucumber, we had peppers, we had squash, we had tomatoes, and we had a few crops which do well under very high temperatures. But we switched those crops out in August and went to fall crops. So we have, in the fall crops, we have crops now which will be able to withstand very low temperatures. But an interesting thing about this hoop house is that we don't use any fossil fuel at all to grow crops. So the electricity that is provided, a small amount of electricity that is provided to this greenhouse to power a blower which inflates between the 2 layers of plastic on the hoop house, is powered by solar panels. And therefore this would be a sustainable type of growing system.